Hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you how you can do an upper limb massage using a stronger hand all by yourself at home safely. This is going to be very effective for those of you who feel tightness, spasticity and some mild pain in the arm. So how does massages help? It helps mainly in three ways. First, it is helping you to relax your muscles and help this area to be less tight. Next, it's going to promote some blood flow to this area and this can actually help with a lot of recovery. And lastly, it is actually going to drive this awareness and this sensation in your brain, because the more you touch your affected arm, the more sensory feedback that is going to your brain, and all of this may have an effect on the neuroplasticity and in your recovery journey after a stroke. However, do take note that massages may not help in these situations where there is a diagnosis of a deep vein thrombosis. If there's a lot of redness in your upper limb and a lot of bruises in your upper limb, this may just be a sign that you are not ready for massages yet. Next is, if you have any injury such as a fall in this hand or in this upper limb, then you do not want to start massages first until you get it checked out by a doctor. And lastly, if it's just so extremely painful to touch, then massages may make the pain worse. So avoid massages in any of these conditions if you have them. Welcome to Basically Physio. My name is Suresh and I'm a physiotherapist. A quick disclaimer, none of this replaces medical professional advice, and I do this in my personal capacity. You're going to need a few items for the massage. First is you're going to need a towel. Next, you're not going to need a cushion or a pillow. And after that, you're going to get your favorite massage lotion or moisturizing cream that you can use to apply in the area for your massage. And lastly, you do want to wear a sleeveless upper body dressing so that it's easier for you to expose your shoulders, and when you're doing this massage, it's going to be easier for you. So before we begin, I want you to set up an area such like this, or you can actually do it on a tabletop here also. I'm going to show you a pillow with a towel setup because this is going to be much more easier for you to replicate at home, especially if you don't have a table of a suitable height. So the first thing I want you to do is actually sit on a chair with a backrest. And then after that, I want you to put either a pillow or a cushion on the affected side or on the lap itself. Okay, so for me, the pillow is big enough to be on the lap, so I'm going to use it. Next is I want you to put a towel on this area as well and slowly get your affected arm to just rest down like this. Okay, if let's say you're having difficulty to get your positioning into such a position here, and especially if your elbow is very tight or your fingers are very tight and cannot open up, that is fine. What you can do is just put this pillow underneath this arm here and just support the elbow. The main thing that you want to do is to support the elbow so that it actually gives your shoulders a chance to relax. Okay, so if let's say your arm is coming up a lot, right, then you just want to roll this towel a bit more. Okay, roll it up a little bit more so that it fills up this gap to actually support the shoulder. Ultimately, you want to have the shoulders relaxed so that you can actually start your massage from the top all the way down. Okay, so the example that I'm going to show you is going to be like this, and I'm going to put this towel here and just rest my arm like this. Shoulders and elbows are going to be resting here, and the fingers, let's come to that later on. If it is in this position, not to worry, I'll show you something that you can do later on. Just get into this position, and next I want you to grab your massage lotion and using a stronger hand, just get some lotion onto the hand and start off with the shoulders first. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a bit of a close-up for the traps region and for the shoulder on how you can do your massage. So open up your palm on the stronger hand. The main movement that I'm going to show you is going to be just a closing and a grasping movement like this, followed by a little bit of using your knuckles and rubbing through the area. Okay, and lastly, it is just you opening up your entire arm here and just sliding it up and down this way. Okay, all of this is going to be done with a massage lotion, and so we're going to start off with the shoulder and the upper trap here first. Okay, so I want you to I'm showing you this angle, but you can actually just do it in a normal sitting position, and you can actually rest your back on the chair here as you're doing this. But just for a demonstration purpose, I'm going to show you at an angle where you can actually see the back. Okay, if let's say you're not able to reach this upper part of your shoulders, then you want to sit forward slightly and put some pillows at the back of your chair so that it's a little bit more relaxing for you. Ultimately, you want to be relaxed when you're doing this entire massage. So using a stronger hand like this, apply some cream or massage lotion over this area, and I just want you to grasp the upper traps region here. Okay, so just do it very gently. You don't need to exert a lot of force, but just do it gently and just grasp the skin underneath the hand and just pull it close to each other. Okay, so a grasping movement like this. Okay, so when you're using your stronger hand to massage, it's going to be tiring for you, so it's okay to take regular breaks because this is going to be requiring a lot of strength from your stronger arm. So you're just going to focus on this area of the upper traps first. Okay, just going towards the neck and then going out towards the shoulder blades. Okay. If you have adequate range, if your stronger arm is able to go even more back all this way, you can even get the scapular region, the shoulder blade here, or you can actually go underneath here and also just massage this lateral border, this outside border for your scapula, okay, for your shoulder blades. All of this is going to be the muscles that are going to be quite tight, especially your lats muscle after a stroke. So just doing a grasping movement like this and applying some lotion is going to be very relaxing for you, and it's going to be very nice for you to relax this arm completely. Okay, so starting over the upper traps and then going over to the lats region. If you can reach across and above to your scapula here, then you can just do this kind of a motion here. Okay, but that will be a little bit tiring for you, so just focus on the upper traps and on the lats first. The next thing that you can do for these two groups of areas is using a hand and a knuckle like this. Okay, just rubbing it down like this. Okay, just rubbing it down like this. Okay, whichever way that feels comfortable for you, but the main point is actually you're using a little bit more pressure, especially using the knuckles here, using a little bit more pressure to actually rub this way. You can go outwards and you can come inwards. Okay, do take note that there is for some of you guys, you may have this thing called shoulder subluxation. So be very mindful. If you have been diagnosed with shoulder subluxation, be very gentle at this area, because all of this what this means is that your shoulder is very, very weak, and if you were to do it very aggressively, then it may cause further injury to your shoulder joint. So if you have shoulder subluxation, be very gentle and start slow first. Okay, so going in your knuckles this way, you can go this way and come up this way. Okay. Okay, this way and this way. Okay, next is using this same knuckle here, you can grab over your lateral border of the shoulder blade here and just pull it inwards like this. Okay, so using a massage lotion, it will be very easy for you to slide towards your body. Okay, just like this. Okay, now for the last one is just opening up your palm like this and just rubbing it all the way out. So outwards for your upper traps and inwards for your upper traps. Okay, this is going to be a very gentle one. It's not going to have much of a pressure in it. It is just to get a lot of area covered using your entire palm, just to have a bit of sensation over this region. So just sliding it out like this, and for your lateral border of the scapula in this manner. If you are finding this video useful, do consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and also signing up to my weekly newsletter Rehab Recovery, where I share positive insights, motivation and some kindness for you in your recovery journey. So now we're going to move down the arm a little bit more. What's going to happen is that I'm going to show you for your deltoid region, and then also covering a bit of the biceps and the triceps area. Okay, so remember the three grasps that I showed you. The first one, you're just going to do a grasping motion like this. Of course, so apply all the massage lotion over the front part, side and also the back area of your arm, and we're going to start off with the deltoid region first. Okay, so just grasping it like this, be very gentle in it. Okay, and coming all the way down to your elbow joint if you are able to. Okay, so this is for the deltoid region. So do it for about 10 times gently. Okay, then if you have the ability to continue, go ahead and do for the next that I'm going to show you. Or if you are feeling tired at this point, just take a rest. You can actually on some very calming music and do this massage. Just take a rest and just breathe and relax yourself. Okay, so now we're going to go to the front part, which is the biceps region. This is where most of you guys will have tightness, and the arm will be in a position like this. So if your arm is in a position like this, like I mentioned earlier, just fold the towel here into, and you can actually use more than one towel to support your arm at where it is. Start at where your arm is able to be stretched out the most first. Okay, so in whichever position, if your arm is like this, not a problem, but if it's able to come down, then good. So I just want you to have access to this area and just do the similar grasping motion for your biceps muscle. Okay, similarly 10 times for this. Okay, come all the way down to the elbow. for those of you who have shoulder subluxation, be very gentle, especially as you are massaging the area near your shoulder subluxation. Okay. Yeah. Then after your biceps is done, go ahead to the back and do for your triceps. Okay. Okay, so this is the first massage technique. The next one is using your knuckle like this and just rubbing down this way. Rubbing down this way. Okay, you can actually rub down and come back up also. Okay, rub down and come back up. Okay, same thing for the front of the elbows here. You can actually just rub down and come back up like this. Rub down and up. And same thing for your triceps. Just rub down this way. This is going to be a little bit more tricky. So rub down like this and up. The main bulk for your triceps is actually at this area. So focus on that area if you don't have the ability to reach up and down all the way. So the last massage technique is just rubbing your entire palm, just going down like this. This one is really more for a sensation cue. It's not really a massage technique, but it's actually more of a sensory cue for you to actually get as much as of the skin surface area to cover using your palm and just letting it feel this sensation. Okay, so rubbing it down like this, and then to your biceps, and finally to your triceps. Okay, now coming to the lower part of your forearm and also to your wrist here, what you're going to experience for most of you is that your wrist is going to be like this and your forearm is going to be either turned in like this. Most of the time it's going to be turned in like this, right? So if let's say you are not able to stretch it out, okay, so at this stage you can actually take a look at my video that I did a full upper limb stretching. You can try that first and then you see if your arm can actually come up to be in a position like this. If it's not able to come to a position like this, not an issue at all, okay? So wherever you are, let's just start there first. So try to straighten up your arm if you can, especially after you've done some massage of this area. You might have a little bit more range or a little bit more looseness in this area here. So stretch it out as straight as you can, and even if your wrist is like that, that's fine, okay? If your elbow is bent slightly, it's okay. What we are going to do is you're going to focus on this area of the forearm, okay, and also at the top part of the forearm. Mainly it's going to be your flexors and the extensors of your wrist that we are going to focus on for this area, okay? So I'm just going to show you an example. If your wrist is flexed like this, is okay. First thing we're going to do is just a grasping movement, okay? So apply the lotion over this area. You're going to work on this area depending on the comfort that you have and also the amount of strength you have in your stronger arm. I want you to try to work on this area for about 5 minutes, okay? So just grasp this entire forearm, okay, just going down this way and then up this way. So remember your entire forearm, just try to put some lotion over it so that it's a little bit more easier to do this massage and less painful also. Okay, so as you're doing this, especially when you are grabbing this area of your forearm, you may notice your wrist starting to move as well. That is actually okay. Just continue the massages, okay? Once this is done, then depending on whether you have the ability to have access to this part by either just putting your arm like this, or if you are able to come outwards like this and go, whichever way it works for you, just try it out, okay? So basically we are actually massaging the bottom part. Just now we did the top part, now we're doing the bottom part. So if you are able to do this might be a bit more easier for some of you. So just grabbing this area, grasping it and going from the elbow all the way to the forearm. Next is the knuckle technique, okay, that we're going to do. So we're just going to go upwards like this. So for this area, you have a little bit more range in your stronger arm as well. So instead of using this part, you can actually use this part of your knuckles. But be very careful because it might be a bit painful when you do exert a lot of force. So be very gentle on the skin here. Okay, so just go down this way. Okay, so you can still use this part, but if you can use the bigger knuckles, then it'll be a bit more, you don't need to exert so much of pressure on it. Okay, so like this. And then for this part, it's going to be very difficult. So if you can bend your elbow a little bit more, then just pull it upwards like this. Okay, but this is going to be a little bit more challenging because for those of you who do not have the range, it's going to be a bit more challenging. Okay, so the knuckle, right, just be very mindful, especially for those of you who have darker skin tones like myself. You may not be able to see that the place is getting red as quickly as someone with a lighter tone of the skin. So for a start, right, when you're just trying this out for the beginning, be very gentle with yourself and do it just for a short duration of time, and really don't exert a lot of force when you're doing this. Okay, so you do not want to have some injury after this massage. Okay, last thing that we're going to do is open hand, open palm technique. Just rub this area using the massage lotion. Okay, this is just for the sensation awareness. Okay, then after that, at the bottom, just go down this way. Okay, so this is for the forearm technique. Okay, now we're coming to the wrist. So if let's say you have very tight wrist down here, take a look at this video where I actually show you how to actually stretch out your entire wrist and fingers in a very safe and graded manner. Do that first, then come and try the massages here. If after trying that video, the setup exercise in that video, and you still find that your wrists and fingers are very tight, in fact they should be able to open a little bit more, and you might be able to just roll a towel and position your fingers and your wrist in a manner in the video that I show you there. But if let's say even after trying the video your wrist is still very tight, then what I can suggest is just grabbing whatever area that is available to grab for your arm, but avoid this center portion first, because sometimes pressing at the center portion here may get your fingers and your wrist to actually curl up even more. So just this area at the thumb here and this area below your little finger, just be very gentle with your massages over these borders. Okay, over here, so just below the thumb area and below the little finger area here. Okay, just do very gentle massages. So for this you don't need to go into a grasping technique, but using your fingers. Okay, so using your stronger hand, the fingers, just doing gentle grasping using the fingers. Okay, so like this and like this. Now let's say you are able to get your wrist open and your fingers open, not fully open, but at least better than how it was prior to watching this video. Then I want you to fold the towel in any way possible for you to be able to get into a position like this, or even like this. Okay, so whatever it is, I just want you to be able to get a roll of towel or a ball underneath this this palm here. Okay, if you're able to get it into a position like this, then using the open hand technique first, just do this type of a movement. At the same time, apply the lotion over this area. Okay, so for this, right, we are not going to do the knuckles technique here because it's going to be very painful, because your fingers and your wrist is actually very bony. So if you put two bones, like a bony structure, it's going to rub on another bony structure. It's going to be very painful. So we're just going to do the open hands technique for this part of the arm. Okay, and then what I want you to do is to individually pull out the fingers. Okay, pull out the fingers and just try to massage the hand like this, the fingers. Okay, so putting some cream or lotion on this hand. Okay, just grab in each finger individually and just do like a pulling movement like this. Okay, so the pinky, work all the way up to the index, and lastly, if you have access to the thumb, then doing like this as well. So after doing this set of massages, then you can actually start, you can actually wipe off all the massage cream and lotion off from your upper hand and your lower hand. What you can do next is actually start some simple activation exercises, because now you have actually built up this awareness on the arm here, and it'll be much more easier to recruit some of the muscles. You may try it and you see. And because you actually place so much attention during this workout here, this massage session here, right, you actually will be able to activate some of these muscles a bit more easier, because your brain is just going to be primed to understand your body a little bit more better right after the massage. If you found this video useful, do consider watching this video for full arm recovery workout.